Hello, everyone. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Um, there's an aurora happening at this moment, and the sky is lit up. It's beautiful. It's a bright blue. It's like azure blue, which is in the Moroccan blue family. All right, well, you can't see now. It's darker, but it's actually still pretty light out. They critique all my videos, so before as I speak, and well, then people will come on. But today is a good day. Every day when we open our eyes is a good day, people. But that fatality that just occurred at LaGuardia Airport in New York, where that plane had the accident. Remember when I said that there's going to be a lot of accidents? There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. Well, I just don't understand how something like that, with all the precautions that are established at all airports, how that could happen. I don't, I just don't see, I don't see that as being something that was an accident. I see that as something that was intentional. I see that as something that was done to create investigations. I see that as something to be presented to the public and to the media as possible terrorism, because what they do is, you'll notice, people, if you look back in history, if you're a historian who watches and whenever there's wars that go on, and then you notice how often when there are wars that are happening, there's also a lot of other mayhem that goes on that affects insurance. Okay. So if you don't think that these things are all connected, you should really start looking at life with a, well, with a different lens, because like I said, those precautions are set up, things like that. And then there was something that was missing on the equipment, on that truck. It just it does not add up. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a trained investigator. You know, whenever, like I said, whenever there are wars going on, then there's also all kinds of other incidents that happen that coincide, that run parallel, and they're all set up. Okay, an example. There was the alleged the terrorist plot at Gracie Mansion. Okay, there was that. Then there was the other incident. There was another something that happened right before that. But what these are all set up. These are all. It's like paid actors. You know, it's like paid actors what these people do, and if you don't pay attention and watch the game, you'll never, you wouldn't even think like that. You would not even think like that. And I know just because of, well, the way the way that government works and how corrupt and how underhanded and covert they are, and they think that people are stupid. They think that the population is stupid and that people aren't aware of the games that they've been playing. You know, who benefits when there's all these incidents? Think about it. Insurance companies. What's insurance companies tied to? What are they connected to? People. Okay, they're connected to finance. They're connected to the dark, the dark money. So when these things go on, it's like, oh, it was an act of terrorism. It was intentional. It was this. It was that. They set it up. They set it up. They set up these events to make them look like there's something that they aren't. They aren't. And again, if you look at history, if you pay attention to wars and then you pay attention to other things that go on that affect the globe. I remember even as a kid during the Vietnam War, when the Vietnam War was happening, that's when I stood online for free cheese. Yeah, that's when we got free cheese during the Vietnam War. That's right. That's right. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Reading these comments. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, yep. Research people. Learn about the manipulation, the manifestation, the manipulation of the Aryan nation. Read about Herzl. Read about Herzl and how he was so against Arabs. Yeah, yeah. Learn some education, people. Stop doing dances on TikTok, okay? Stop selling everything that they advertise on TikTok because you can get a little kickback. That kickback ain't gonna do nothing for you. Maybe it'll give you a little bit of extra cabbage, but think of all the billions that they're making. Stop selling your souls on these freaking the anyway, yeah. It's amazing. You see all these people they're selling. Oh, I can't believe this foundation. You put it on, it's white, and then it goes right into your skin. It's remarkable. And guess where all these products come from? They're coming from China. So, right, they're coming from China. Israel bought TikTok. Um, let's see. Yeah, they're all backed. Oh, and now they have these people, these uh influencers. I emphasize influencers that advertise the places that are on the BDS list. And because the BDS list is so powerful, well, these influencers with their influence ain't kicking it. Okay? Yep. Goodness always outweighs evil. Light always shines. There's nothing in darkness but dark. And as America attempts to continue with this now where they can't back out of war, there's going to be a little bit of a pause. Going to be a little bit of a pause, everybody. There's 24 hours in the day, and there's going to be a 5-day pause. So 24 times 5. Yep. Yeah, it's all a scam. It's all a scam. But that's what happens when you try to pass the sun. Iran is the sun. Yes, it is. Yep. Kalimba. You know who plays these instruments with the wisdom? Who's winning? Who's winning the global economy right now? Who's winning? Anybody know? Anybody answer? Can anybody answer who's winning the global economy now? This is class time, students. Listen up. It's China. And then it's Russia. Because Russia is not going to allow any nonsense. How much was gasoline today? Oh, we're going to get a little deduction now. We're going to get a little respite now. You know what's so amazing is to see how much damage has been done by Israel that we have paid for, and the UK has paid for, and Germany, and other countries by being contributory factors. And, well, I wonder, will the leader from the IRGC, will the leader I wonder how the leader feels about all the damage that has been done. I really do. I wonder how he feels. I wonder how, yeah, what a horrible, horrible situation the United States has been placed in. And why? Does anybody know why? Anybody know why? Well, you know why? That would be because of where we are. So I'm sure for Amazon stocks, there will never be a service member shipped in an Amazon box ever again, or an Amazon truck, right? Out of respect, right? Only because, you know, um, of the terrorist nation, right? The bull that they feed to Americans, the bull that they have been feeding, spoon feeding, basically like kind of friggin' what do they call that? Perinatal nutrition. It's like you're being fed through a feeding tube. Bullshit. The feeding tube bullshit that is fed to Americans, and what they taught us in Catholic school, they said that, like I said earlier, that the Israelis built kibbutzes because SpongeBob said that the land belonged to them. It was in the pineapple.
That's right. That's what happened. It was all SpongeBob's fault. It's Hollywood's fault. There you go. You gotta blame another Jew. There you go. But a non-Zionist Jew. Now the Zionist Jew is the one who wrote the scroll. Oh, oh God.
Yeah, people, wake up, wake up, wake up. Now people are awake. Keep staying awake, everybody. We're all paying attention now, aren't we? Right, class? We're all paying attention. Follow the yellow ball. Follow the yellow ball. And then whatever Donald says, the market will increase. And then people will say, oh no, he's not telling the truth. He's got more Pinocchios coming. Oh no. Everybody have a good night. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. But this is going to be a bad one. This is going to be a bad one. I hope you like the instrument. Till next time. Bye.